Biologists who study how living things develop from single cells of fertilized eggs into fully grown organisms have noticed a very interesting fact. The development of complicated creatures seems to retrace the stages of change life has gone through on Earth. To understand this fact, let us follow a frog egg as it develops into a tadpole. Just as we saw when we first looked at simple single-celled animals and plants, the frog egg becomes more complicated as it goes from one cell to the clumps of the same kind of cell we saw happen in the cell colonies, to the large, more organized groups of a few types of cells like in the sponge, to a more organized ball with tissue layers similar to the hydra and sea anemone, until finally organs develop which then arrange themselves in organ systems, just as we saw in simpler many-celled animals like the snail. Fossils tell us that the history of life on Earth followed the same basic sequence carried out by the developing frog egg. The earliest life forms on our planet were simple one-celled creatures, and over billions of years, more and more complicated arrangements of cells led to the appearance of more and more complicated creatures as they adapted to ever-changing environments. Now we can see why living things are called organisms. All of life, from the simplest one-celled protozoans to the most complicated many-celled animals, is based on organization. And without this organization, there could be no life.